Coming off of a 6-10 season, the now St. Louis Rams have now moved and are looking for a brand new start in their old city. Without a first-round pick, they took a lot of guys who could possibly help them throughout this season. A lot of guys who could provide some sort of role for this team. Let's find out today who makes the team in the preseason of the St. Louis Rams franchise. Welcome, everybody. Please drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel and love franchise content. It's all we do here. Some undrafted free agents and leftover free agents. Takk McKinley we tried to go for in the offseason. He didn't sign here, but we'll get him here now. Larry Hall, an undrafted rookie out of Texas A&M's, looking pretty good. I don't know if you missed the quarterback early on, Jamal Carter. We did sign him, and now Colby McCauley at center. We'll bring him in. Some more offensive lineman depth with Trent Sherman as well. So bringing in a lot of guys. We're using all the cap room. Greg Scandrick, a left end with some potential out of Georgia. We'll bring him in as well as Kalen Hardesty. Now, Hardesty's very raw, but he definitely has potential and size at 6'5", 308. So we bring him in as well as Keith Palmer, a 6'1", 225 linebacker. Very raw, but again, these guys could all possibly make the team or help out. So we're looking to fill some roster spots. DeAndre Brazil we bring in. Another punter in Ryan Orr. Out of Stanford we bring in as an undrafted rookie. Jarek Francois coming in as well out of Minnesota, the Golden Gophers. Jeremy Burley out of East Carolina. We'll bring him in as well, a small little speedy receiver. Vinny Cowan coming from Florida A&M. We'll bring him in as well. And we'll give you guys a look at the roster going into preseason. So Goff and Carter likely going to be battling a little bit there, trying to push Goff. Francois, it's going to be tough for him to break into that running back room. Receiver room is deep. Robert Woods might end up getting traded later in the year, but no talks right now. Burley, Hall, they're going to look to try and get a spot on this team. Tight end room already full and already decided pretty much. Offensive line, there's a lot of guys who can fit in on a lot of spots in this offensive line, and there's going to be a lot of battles along that offensive line in this preseason. Except the tackles. The tackles are pretty much the tackles. Takk McKinley comes in to pretty much start, so nobody really competing there. Brockers as well. Donald now moves to the interior once again in his career, and he's definitely the starter there. Linebackers, we have linebackers aplenty, bringing in Anzalone, bringing back Grugier Hill, drafting other guys like Duncan and Peterson and Boston. A lot of guys who can really get the job done. We brought in Jatavis Brown. We drafted Kelly. Okoronkwo's looking like he's on the outside looking in. Bradbury, David Long Jr. We got Ford back. We brought Nelson back. A lot of guys at corner and safety who can be in that DB room. Roy Wynn, a lot of big expectations for him as well. Sam Sloman is, of course, the kicker, and Hecker has no competition from Orr. But we'll take a look at the first preseason game against the San Francisco 49ers. Our rival in Keanu Neal gets beat deep by Cooper Kupp for the touchdown. 51 yards. So glad we brought Cooper Kupp back. So now with a 13-0 lead, here's Carter later on, and he gets picked off by Keanu Neal. And that's not going to help him battle Jared Goff if those are the type of throws he's going to be making. So 49ers on 4th and 3. They're going to go for a fake field goal here. And up the middle, we make the stop. So taking over back with it. And now later on in that first half of this one, Carter trying to get away. He will fumble. Nick Bosa will cause it and pick it up. So San Francisco with a chance here before the half ends to take a lead. And their backup quarterback is Mitch Trubisky now. Thrown up the middle and completed for the second touchdown of the day for Jalen Hurd. And that gives the 49ers the lead. Here up the middle goes to Burley, the undrafted rookie out of ECU. 2nd and 10, another catch from Burley. That'll lead to this field goal attempt with seconds left, and Sloman pushed it off right. Later on in the game in the second half, Burley makes the touchdown grab. and gives us a 1-point lead. Here's Trubisky, throw into the end zone. That is out of the back of the end zone. Niners settle for a field goal. All the Rams need is a field goal here. Here's Carter throwing up the middle. He's got Burley, and that is to the 37-yard line. Now on 2nd and 10, here's Carter. And Carter going to throw deep downfield to Thaddeus Moss. He's intercepted for the 2nd time by Keanu Neal. I don't know what Keanu Neal's doing out there in the 4th quarter of a preseason game, but he makes a huge play. And that will just about seal the victory for the 49ers, as here goes Wilson Jr. into the end zone on the run. Niners add a little bit of insult to injury as they pick up another score and a win over our St. Louis Rams, 34-25. Big win for San Francisco in their first preseason game this year, as they look to come out strong. And here's the run from Saquon Barkley in our 2nd preseason game, and he will break the 3-3 tie with a brilliant run to the left side as the Giants take that 10-3 lead. Now, as the half is winding down, here's Goff still in the game, and Goff throws this one over to Vincent. That was our first wide receiver taken in this draft, and not an undrafted player, so Vincent, a lot of big expectations from him. Here's Goff thrown right side. There's Higbee on the catch at the 20-yard line. Rams moving the ball, looking to tie this thing up. 3rd and 4. Here's Goff. He throws left side, and that's incomplete, knocked away. Good defense. 1st and goal for Carter later on in the game as we settled for 3 there. Carter's going to get hit and fumble. Carter's had a lot of fumbling issues early on in his career here now. 2nd and goal. Here's Carter. He's going to throw this one underneath the Hall. Hall trying to get forward into the end zone. He can't get there. Stopped at the 1. 3rd and goal. The toss outside to Kelly. And Kelly is stopped short. So the Rams take the points, make it 10-9, but the Giants on defense hasn't been the strong suit for the Rams so far. This is a very defensive game, but they don't make this stop where they need it. And now from the 1 into the end zone for the touchdown is their rookie backup running back, Jenkins. And Aaron Jenkins makes it a 17-9 game. Still a chance, though, for St. Louis. As Wolford to Thaddeus Moss, they call timeout. And now on 2nd and 10, Wolford roll to his right. Going to attempt a bomb pass to Vincent, and the pass is way off. So now final play. Wolford, he's got to let this one fly, and this one to Burley, who gets his hands on it, but he can't pull it in. Good defense from Walden and the Giants there. And the Giants come away with a 17-9 win on the road here in St. Louis. Rushing game just wasn't very good for the Rams, and they'll have to go into the locker room with another loss. Here in the 3rd preseason game, taking on Philadelphia, it's Jefferson with a nice catch to make it a 1st down. So, still moving the ball here. We have already got a 3-0 lead. Nice slant. Good catch by Jefferson, and Van Jefferson starting his year off pretty nicely in this preseason with that touchdown. Now Goff later on in the 2nd quarter. Nice throw, and that is going to be DPI against Robert Woods there. Here's Goff rolling to his right. He's going to fumble the football. We've had a lot of quarterback fumbles in this preseason. It is an epidemic. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Goff rolling to his right. He's got a man wide open. It's Van Jefferson. Jefferson gets away from the would-be tackler and outruns Cravon LeBlanc into the end zone. Big touchdown, 81 yards for Van Jefferson, and a 23-0 lead for the Rams. Here goes Cam Akers up the middle, wide open, like a Burger King drive-thru. Shout out to Legion. Here's Carter on 1st and 10. He's going to throw a perfect pass to Burley in the end zone. Love to see 2 undrafted rookies tandeming to make a nice play like that. 4th and 20. Here's Jalen Hurts to the end zone. Brilliant throw from Jalen Hurts as he makes that touchdown throw look easy, but the Eagles already had the damage done on them. They didn't have a good running game, And the Rams played a very nice, balanced attack, and they'll win 33-14 in Philadelphia. So Rams actually get a preseason win. That's good to see. Unfortunately, mess-ups with recording ends up happening every once in a while, and this is one of the areas it happened in. 24-10 was the win for Washington, but not a ton of highlights, just this one right here, the one that opened the video. A beautiful throw from Carter to Burley as we take a couple of looks at it. What a throw. Burley definitely has made the team with the way he has played. Allen and Evans Jr. both going to get lost for 4 and 6 weeks respectively, so a couple of pieces on that offensive line won't be there at season start. Jared Goff, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick on his preseason. Carter had 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. They both played pretty average, but the fact that Jared Goff getting paid what he's getting paid can play the same as an undrafted rookie out of Nevada, that's saying a lot. So Jared Goff, definitely not our franchise quarterback. Cam Akers trying to pick up what he did last year. He ran for 181 this preseason, had a fumble. Nobody ran for a touchdown on this team. 3 fumbles for Carter, 1 for Goff. That might be the one area where Goff won the starting job outright. Burley, though, had 253 yards this preseason. Vincent had 105, so he wasn't terrible. Simba Webster had 2 catches for 55 and a touchdown. And on the offensive line, Noteboom and Evans Jr. both gave up 3 sacks. Spencer Washington, the rookie, gave up none. Grugier Hill had 28 tackles in the preseason. The guy is a tackling machine. He was last year. That's why we wanted to bring him back. And he proved why we wanted to bring him back. Sacks, Tack McKinley, big pickup. He had 3. Aaron Donald and the rookie Alex Peterson had 2.5 sacks apiece. 2 interceptions for Kamu Grugier Hill. 1 for Jordan Fuller, 1 for James Bradbury, Taylor Rapp, and Jalen Ramsey. So enough interceptions in the preseason, considering we only had 4 games. We had more than an interception a game, which is good to see. Fumbles, though, we didn't force any of them this preseason, so that's meh, I guess. Didn't block any kicks, didn't have any safeties, didn't score any defensive touchdowns. It is what it is. So taking a look at what ended up happening in kicking, Sloman was 10 of 12 in the kicking game. Hecker averaged over 50 yards a punt. That's good to see. Obviously, he's one of the best punters, if not the best, in all of football. And there wasn't a lot of returning to do, but Burley had 8.9 per punt return. So it's time to practice squad and cut some guys. So Wolford's going to go to the practice squad. Jarek Francois is also going to go to the practice squad. Sebastian Joseph Day is going to get cut off of this team, and that pains me because I'm a big Rutgers person, being in New Jersey, but he's out of here. Ogbonya Okoronkwo is going to go as well, so thank you for your contributions. Adonis Alexander, he is going to be cut off the team as well. Jordan Fuller at strong safety is going to be moved to the practice squad. Ryan Orr, the new rookie punter, is going to be moved to the practice squad as well, undrafted out of Stanford. Bryce Perkins is just going to get outright cut out of Virginia. We don't need 4 quarterbacks. Simba Webster, we are going to throw him on the practice squad. He's done enough to make the practice squad. Kalen Hardesty is also going to get moved over to the practice squad. Clay Johnston, the 60 overall, 1-year pro, he'll go to the practice squad as well. Micah Kaiser is actually going to get cut. He is one of the scapegoats of how bad the linebacking core was last year. Now we have a couple more moves to make. Vinny Cowan and Keith Palmer will be moving to the practice squad as well. We have enough linebackers. Robert Woods is going to be posted onto the trade block. Rams officially listening to offers for him. So we'll see what ends up happening. Cooper Kupp already got a long-term deal. Signing Robert Woods long-term would just not be fiscally responsible. Changing up the schemes for this year. We're going vertical zone run with a Bruce Arians playbook, and we're going to go with a 4-3 with a Sean Payton playbook. Injuries around the league, there's a couple out there. Broncos looking pretty bad as they lose Jarrell Casey for the season and Bryce Callahan for quite a while, along with Royce Freeman for a couple weeks. Ogunjobi's gone for a while. Devin White's gone for a bit. Chase Edmonds. Bradley Bozeman will miss the season. Anthony Hitchens is gone for a good bit. Connor McGovern's gone for a long time. Joe Price is gone the entire year for the Dolphins. They also lost Eric Flowers for a little bit. Todd Gurley's going to miss a couple of weeks for the Falcons. Vondre Justice gets lost for the year. Jeff Smith for 7 weeks. Carlos Dunlap, now with the Panthers, gone for a while. The Patriots look like a mash unit. Uche, who did such a great job in the playoffs, he's gone for a bit. Hunter Renfrey is gone for 7 weeks. That's crazy. Just a lot of injuries around the league. Blake Cashman gone for 5 weeks from the Ravens. LJ Collier, 5 weeks from the Seahawks. That's not a huge loss. Jayon Brown gone for 8 weeks. Trey Hendrickson for 3, the new signing for the Vikings. So a lot of stuff going down. You look at the Rams. This is our schedule. We open at Seattle, and we got Minnesota, at Tennessee, at Houston. We got at Colts. We got at the football team. We got a bye week. Jags, Packers, Niners, Lions, Cardinals, Niners, Panthers, Bears, Seahawks, Cardinals. So a lot of divisional games at the end of the year. But here's our first opponent. The Seattle Seahawks. See how much they've changed. Now, they haven't changed a ton here for Season 2, but they do have A.J. Green now and Tyrus Gaddis. So the weapons that Russell Wilson previously didn't have that many of, he has a ton of now. However, his offensive line, hopefully we can get to him, get a lot of sacks, and maybe, just maybe, our defense can help us win a game for once. As you can see, though, just not a lot of crazy moves were made on this Seattle team. They don't have a ton of money, and that's really where the biggest moves were made, is in their receiving core. So a lot of good games for week number 1. I am excited to announce that I will be bringing back the videoed halftime shows. So I hope you guys will very much appreciate that. Let me know if you are as excited as I am to see them as I am to make them for you. Get ready for week number 1 of Season 2 of the Rams franchise. Drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and want to see more franchise, click right here to see more franchise.
I feel you back somehow.